So here the forward written by our Gurudev goes like this. Today I am feeling unlimited joy that by the inspiration and causeless compassion of my most worshipful Holy Master, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Stotra Sri Srimad Bhakti Pranjana Kesava Goswami Maharaj, we are presenting for his pleasure an unprecedented Hindi edition of Sri Navadvipa Mahatmya, the Parikrama Kanda. The original Bengali work was composed by the seventh Goswami, Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakura, who is the embodiment of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's potency, Gaura Sakti Swarupa. Sri Gaura and Sri Krishna, Sri Gaura and Sri Krishna comprise an identical spiritual principle, Tattva. There is no difference whatsoever between them. Sri Krishna, the personification of sweetness, Madhurya Vigraha, is none other than Sri Gaura Sundara himself, who is the personification of munificence, Audurya Vigraha, and vice versa. If you see that, actually more mercy is on the Audurya Vigraha. Because in the other one, suppose you really take the Vrindavan Dham compared to the Navadvipa Dham, and the Vrindavan Dham is not that merciful, but our Navadvipa Dham is more merciful, very merciful. So these Audurya, that particular Leela is actually going on in Swaitadvipa, there in Golaka Vrindavan, because there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the associates are there. This is very special there, but there are some differences. Anyway, Sri Krishna's abode, Sri Vrindavana, is similarly identical in all respects to Sri Gaura's abode, Sri Navadvipa, which is actually called Gupta Vrindavana. Gupta means hidden. So hidden Vrindavana. So in this way, both the divine principles, tattvas, and holy abodes, dhamas, are eternal and not affected by mundane considerations such as time, place, and circumstance. Krishna Nama Kare Aparadhera Vichara. This is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Even if each only chanting the name of Krishna, a person who is committing offenses will not be able to attain love for Krishna. So the Krishna Prema cannot come. Even in millions and millions of lifetimes you will be chanting and chanting but having aparadh. What kind of aparadh? Chanting also, if it is not attentive, that's also aparadh. So this aparadh is the biggest thing that we have to be very, very careful. We cannot just take it, take the chanting as just a normal. Okay, but millions and millions of lifetime. I am just reading the purport. However, Gaura Nityanandera Nahiye Saba Vichara Namalile Prema Dena Bake Alsrudara Sri. So what that means is Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu do not consider any offenses. When one chants their names, whose names? Nitai, Gaura Nitai. One who chants their names, prema will awaken in the heart and torrents of tears will begin to flow from the eyes. So here very important. Always listen to this one. This is very important. Without Mahaprabhu's grace, of course Mahaprabhu automatically comes to Nityananda Prabhu, but Nityananda Prabhu we cannot really put on the same altar as along with Radha Krishna. So actually for us, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is everything. Sammam Bonam of Gaura Nitai. Now, actually, today very good news is in our Badagiri temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived today on this Yegadasi. For them, Yegadasi is today. It's so beautiful. Remember, so many times I am seeing that Gurudev is actually there, looking at Africa, not in India, not in USA, no. I am seeing totally different perspective of Gurudev now. So Gurudev's mercy is complete. That is the reason that I have to follow Gurudev. So I have to follow Gurudev. I have to really. So now look at here, whatever, some or other, they really were, gifted. So that appeared and Radha Krishna deities came on the on the Akshaya Tritiya. So then the shipper is saying, no, Radha Krishna is supposed to go later. How come that particular, shipment really went first? We have no idea. So everything is supposed to come maybe around this time. And look at the days. This is not in our hand. This is how we see how the mercy is coming. Look at here. In Nigeria, they really have that amazing devotion. I don't know how to really say that. We do not see that devotion in India, definitely no. And in USA, we are actually struggling to really, enjoy here anyway. So, but their devotion is different. No electricity, no water, no place even to really sleep properly. That's also not possible. No way. Eating is actually a problem. Government is giving so many problems, and this terrorism is everywhere. And now the key point I am telling you is the mercy actually coming from Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna that is correct. But it is because of Gauranga Mahaprabhu only we can get prema. That's what this purport Gurudev is writing. This is from the Hindi edition of this book. So I am just reading the English translation. So that means it is Gauranga Mahaprabhu and also Nityananda Prabhu only when by their mercy we can get Prema Bhakti. Not by just chanting. Just Radha Krishna is not going to do. It's not possible. And like Sri Gaurahari himself, his abode is supremely liberal and the most magnanimous. Without worshipping and attaining the mercy of Sri Gaurahari and his abode, Sri Navadvipa, it is impossible to obtain darshana and the mercy of Sri Vrindavana. Sri Krishna's Dhama, Vrindavana, and Sri Gaura's Dhama, Navadvipa are non-different. Therefore, the perimeter of Sri Navadvipa Dhama extends to 16 koshas, that is approximately 32 miles. Just like the perimeter of Sri Vrindavana. All the places of Sri Vrindavana, such as Sri Yamuna, Sri Govardhana, Sri Rasastali, Sri Radhakunda, Sri Shyamakunda, and various sub-forests also exist eternally in a concealed form in Sri Navadvipa Dhama. So when I was covering the Navadvipa Parikrama as part of this Harikatha on Sundays, I was mentioning about all these details as well. Everything is all hidden. Gupta Vrindavan. Gupta means hidden. Sri Gaurasundara sports eternally in this abode. Fortunate living beings can experience Sriman Mahaprabhu's eternal pastimes by performing Nama Sankirtana under the guidance of his pure devotees. Sadhakas, desiring to attain bhakti, should completely give up all offences such as Nama Aparat, Seva Aparat, and Dhama Aparat. There are three kinds of aparat which is going to really to be hinder our Prema Bhakti. Nama Aparat, there are 10 of the main important. Actually, when I was there in the Nigeria, in Badagiri temple, all the children every day after the Arati, they really go through all these Nama Aparat, and they read. It's really so much different because they are following the way that I also was liked that way. Because, remember we have a book called Gokul Kids. Yes, they are amazingly following this. So, Nama Aparata, they recite what are the 10 aparatas right in the morning after the Mangalarti, so that they will remember that not to make those kind of aparatas. It's amazing. What is Seva Aparat? Seva Aparat is mean particularly how to really worship the deities. So, once the deities are installed, because Bhagavan, himself, basically themselves, they all enter there to accept our seva. So after installation, we have to follow the procedure very carefully. If we do not follow, then there is seva aparat. Right? Not only on time, but the thing is all the rules and regulations we have to follow. And in fact, I have really seen again Nigeria devotees, not only Ilobu and also Badagiri, both the places, the seva is amazingly good. Then third is Dhama Aparat. Dhama Aparat one can commit only when one goes to parikrama in the dhams, Brajadam and also Navadvipa. So what kind of this aparat one can do? Because first of all, we should not think that the dham is material. That's number one. And all the living beings in the dham are sacred. We should not really harm them in any way. Even if it's an ant, we should not. Even a small tree or plant, we should not harm them. There are a lot more rules and regulations are there. Okay, so the person who come to the Dhama for darshana and parikrama and so forth should avoid committing offences to the holy abode. Otherwise, we will get into Dhama Aparat. Therefore, for their understanding, the 10 kinds of offences are mentioned below. Okay, here we go. Number 1. To disrespect Sri Guru and sadhus who reveal the Dhama. Only they can reveal the Dhama. Because they have the Dhama is always residing in their heart. So only they can reveal. Otherwise, it's like packing for a big tourist there and go to Mathura and something and see the Mathura. Oh, all right, very good. This is the birthplace of Krishna, and they return back. Actually, that is not the birthplace of real Krishna. Real Krishna was born. He appeared in Gokul. They won't go to Vrindavana. They go to Mathura and then. This is how Bhagavan also cheats those jivas who are not qualified to really get Krishna Bhakti. Because you need a lot of sukriti, otherwise it's not possible. Look at here how he nicely appeared in a way that common people think that, Krishna appeared in Mathura. But that was Narayana who really appeared. I was telling again and again. And in fact, our Gurudev was the only one probably of the all. He was trying to really convey what exactly happened, the real history. Because supported by our acharyas, especially Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Anyway, so that means to disrespect Sri Guru and sadhus who reveal the Dhama is with a big aparat. Okay, this is related to the Dhama we are talking about here. Okay, the Nama Aparad, you know that. There also the first one is what? Vaishnava Aparad is the first one. See, similar, again, very similar. Second, to consider the Dhama to be temporary. This is something sometimes very difficult to understand also. We may think that, okay, this world is going to end anyway. And then this time, this Dhama will be also finished. And, then after that, maybe something will happen. Again, it will be re-established by some reason. No, it's not. The Dhama is spiritual. So whatever we see is a manifestation so that we can actually experience. So Dhama is eternal. So when you go to Vrindavan or when we are going to Navadvipa, we have to understand that Dhama is eternal. Because whatever we really see is through our physical eyes. So this is very difficult to understand what I am talking about, the spiritual versus the material side of it. Third, to commit violence to the residents of the Dhama or to the devotees performing parikrama and to give them material designation in respect to caste and creed. Yes, actually if you go, there are a lot of distractions. So many ways that you will be pulled into doing some violence. For example, the same thing, take for example the Gokul, where Swayam Bhagavan Krishna appeared. Oh, the Pandas will really make you crazy. They will demand money like left and right. But, you cannot really even, stop your temptation to really steal something in back. But we are not supposed to do that. 4. To perform mundane activities pertaining to sense enjoyment while residing in the Dhama. So while residing in the Dhama, the best thing is you have some prasadam only once a day. But many times what happens is in the disguise of, oh, I am also Bhakta, I want also come, but they cannot really, control their own appetite. They came, they just, packed with so much of food and everything and eating every 4 hours they'll be eating and eating and eating. This is not the way that the parikrama is supposed to be done. So mundane activities means, visiting some, some other, what is that, attract, tourism places and things like that. We should not do like that. So the sense enjoyment has to be the lowest. And next one, to earn money or to make a business on the pretext of serving the Dhama. But actually, unfortunately, if you really see there, if you go to the Dhama, especially Vrindavan, I have seen many times. As soon as you say, oh yes, I want to go to Gokul or somewhere, some holy place that I want to get darshan, if somebody hears that, immediately he will come and then say, hey, I can help you. And he will have contact with some pandas. He will call the pandas. And he will also ask him to really come and then, help in, doing puja, these and everything. What kind of puja they do? They do the puja, all the mantras is, okay, give him the wealth, give him the health, give him everything. That's what the mantra they do. And then they demand high amount. 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. This will be going on too. So we have to be very careful. So, while they may be earning money or making a business for their living, but we have to be careful. Otherwise, the real feeling of the Dhama will not come in our heart. On the other hand, if you do any aparat, calamity will happen. Calamity will happen. This is why we have to be careful. Okay, 6. To think with one's mundane intelligence that the Dhama is just another material place, or to consider it equal to other holy places. Like what? Kashi. Then also there are a lot of places. They are all, they will give you mukti. We should not think that they can be of this equal to this Dham we are talking about, Vrindavan Dham, and especially today we are talking about Navadvipa Dham. And also we should not, this is another thing, it's saying that we should never endeavor to measure the size of the Dhama. Hey, how big is this? How big is that? How big is that? Actually, you know what? Something related to that is coming. Is the way that we worship our deities. Once the deity is installed, suppose somebody is coming and then asking you, hey, this deity, is it made of brass? His bhakti is finished. Do you understand? Because why? A deity is Bhagavan, Sakshat, Sachidananda Vigraha. So he has come in the Vigraha form. After that, one should not think that he is actually a material element. This is the reason that we have to have the proper insulation in place. Of course, if it really has proper insulation in place, the worship is directly you are interacting with Bhagavan. So he is bound to accept our seva, service. But if the deity is not installed, you are actually worshipping Paramatma. So what happens is, when you really try to worship a deity which is not installed yet, our Paramatma from our heart takes a place. And he is accepting behalf of Bhagavan. Remember, Paramatma is not exactly Bhagavan. Even though in Tattva and things like that, you can say Paramatma is also Bhagavan, but actually Bhagavan's one of the reflection. I see similarly, the Brahman is actually a effulgence of Bhagavan. So we cannot really say that the effulgence is actually same as Bhagavan. Similarly, Paramatma is a reflection of Bhagavan.
So in one way is the same, but in another way it is not. That is why in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, 11th text, this is what it is saying. So he can be really perceived as Brahman, Paramatma, and also Bhagavan. But Bhagavan is the souls. Bhagavan is original. So that Bhagavan is the one who is actually coming when you are installing, and then he is ready to take. A lot of interaction will happen only when we really properly install. Anyway, so continue on the holy places. So here what I said was, we should never think that the Dhama is measurable. Even though it is really said, okay, this is what the dimension, you just put it in a bar, don't try to really measure or something, or trying to, basically why it is said that is, we should not have a materialistic view of this kind of dimension, because it is a spiritual manifestation. So spiritual manifestations, because we are mundane, we can perceive only like this, but we should not try to really think that it is actually limited size. 7. To commit sins while living in the Dhama. Of course, there are a lot of things will be going on, but you don't bother about them. Always I used to tell, we did not come to preach this word, unless your Gurudev is really told, is telling you to preach. We are not supposed to just like, I like to. Because everybody in this world, they always want to talk. Blah, 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 everywhere going on. TV, thousands of channels. YouTube, thousands of channels. This is what is going on. But always remember, my only duty is to fix myself. Because I have fallen down, I have taken this birth. But at least I have got some sukrutis in my previous, the lives. That is why I have got a guru. And now although getting guru is one, only when you are genuine, you will get a genuine guru. Otherwise, there are a lot of fake gurus are there. That's what Gurudev is actually clearly telling. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, we should not commit any sins when living in Dhama, in the sense. Unless one is really telling, the Gurudev is telling us to preach, we take care of us. Chant, do all the sadhanas, and associate with the pure devotees, Nama Sankirtana, and this is how. And also you should really help others. But here what it is saying is, in the name of preaching, they are making business. They are getting money. They are expecting money by so many hits. So my channel is now taking so many millions. Of course, if you really pay for the promotional this thing, you will get millions of hits. You pay $200 per week, you will get like 2 million hits. But what is the use of it? So that is how we have to be very careful. We came to correct ourselves only first, and only after correcting ourselves, and only when we really feel that yes, I am now a liberated soul, I am feeling it, and I am seeing Gurudev face to face, and I have so that closeness will come. When it comes, then the instruction will come. Yes, help others also. Then you have to do that. Otherwise, if you are doing just for the money, it is committing sins. And in the Dhama, there are so many things going on. They really just want to just collect money. They will actually make so many ways. They display things, and they will attract you really use money. Okay, they are all sinful, but we should not do that. 8. To consider Sri Navadvipa Dhama and Sri Vrindavana Dhama to be different from each other. Sometimes our mind may try to trick us. It's a hidden, that is hidden and this is real. No. Hidden in the sense, for some purposes it is hidden. But actually there is no difference. All the rivers, holy rivers and the holy forest, all the Leela, they are all there. They are in Navadvipa Dham. We should not really think they are different. No, they are same. One is hidden way, other one is visible way. That's it. Then 9. To blaspheme the scriptures describing the glories of the Dhama. Remember the topic of this today's, we'll be reciting some of the slokas after this. is Sri Navadvipa Dhama Mahamitya. This is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has really gone so detailed. You will see how detailed he has really gone to really bring so many glories and so many truths. And okay, so that means what? We have to, any scripture which is describing about the Dham, we should really honor them, and we have to really, we should not blaspheme. We should not think that, it may not be true. No. All the glories of Dhama, everything, they are 100% truth. And I will tell you something, I think we are going to touch that also. These so many scriptures, Vedas, these the Puranas, Upanishads, you know what happened? This Maya Devi is also in control of that. What the Maya Devi does is, she will hide both Yogamaya and also Mahamaya. They play some tricks so that some of the truth cannot be reached to the all the ordinary people. What the ordinary people are thinking? Krishna is an avatar. Vishnu is avatar. So like this, there are a lot of ways Maya Devi will actually keep non-devotees away from Krishna. Like Krishna himself asked Sadashiva to appear as Shankaracharya and to preach this Mayavadism. Why? To take away the non-devotees away from pure Krishna Bhaktis. That was the reason. Similarly, that's why we have to be very careful. So somewhere it is coming. I think that, yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also saying that Maya Devi, Yogamaya and Mahamaya, they really, what? They hide those truths there. Many verses, what we really have in the Puranas, we don't see them. This is really amazing, how that happened. But in the original, that was probably the last Satya Yuga, it was there. Then as the yugas actually were all traveling, moving to Treta Yuga and then to Dwapara Yuga and now Kali Yuga, many changes, they are all discarded so many things, like Vedas also what? Of the 100% of Veda, only we have 6% of the Vedas. Everything else is gone. Like that it will disappear. Now here, that Gauranga Mahaprabhu's glories got revealed. How the predictions of his appearance, all were there, but nobody could understand what was Gauranga Mahaprabhu that time. See, Gauranga Mahaprabhu was not known even to the previous yugas. Very rarely. Even to the Sri Sampradaya Acharya, primary Acharya, Ramanujacharya did not know. Then when he was in the Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath appeared. I want to show about something very glorious. And he really told Ramanujacharya to really go alone to Navadvipa Dham, and he went there alone, and he was instructed to go to a particular place. He got the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not actually appear before Ramanujacharya. But who is that then? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always there. So he appears only in the Kali Yuga. That is 500 years ago he came. But he gave darshan to Jagannath, to Ramanujacharya. He gave darshan. Ramanujacharya got so excited. I don't want to do anything else. I want to serve you. I want to do seva to you. I don't want to go back. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, No. Your mission is to propagate Tasya Bhakti only. No. Don't. That's not your job. Then he was asking, please allow me to do some seva. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, yes, I can give you an opportunity. What was that opportunity? Later when he returned, because Lord Darshan disappeared. Then he returned back. That was the time he woke up in Kurma Chetra. Everybody else all transported overnight anyway. So that is another story. And then, how it happened? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, that time, that same Ramanujacharya appeared as Ananda Deva, as a Brahmin, and who was the one who arranged the marriage between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Priya. Lakshmi Priya is none other than Mahalakshmi. So, because until, for some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was playing the Leela of Gaura Leela. Gaura Narayana Leela. Narayana Leela. Gaura Narayana. That was the reason when Mahalakshmi came. And then after the time was coming, then she wanted to really send Mahalakshmi back. That was the reason that she was really, faked as bitten by a snake. Everybody thought, she was bitten by a snake. No. Mahaprabhu, said, you go back now. I have to start the real Leela for which I came. Okay, so in that particular marriage between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Priya, this Ananda Dev was the matchmaker. He was the one who arranged the marriage, and also he was the one who conducted the marriage. He was the priest. That was all the seva Ramanujacharya got. Nothing else. You cannot really see anything else other than this. This is also described in the same Navadvipa, the Dhama Mahatmya that we are going to read. I don't know, because we'll be going to various scriptures here and there, but sometimes it will come. So the glories of Dhama are amazing. Now again he is continuing. My most worshipful Sri most worshipful Gurudeva personally wrote a preface to Jaiva Dharma, in which he has mentioned that the state of mind of modern readers is such that they will not have faith in the subject matters written by an author as long as they do not know about him. Keeping this in mind, I introduce the respective author in the foreword of almost all of our books. So now he is describing the brief history of the author. Sachidananda Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura is the author. He was born in the village of Viranagara, which is near Yogapita Mayapura, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. He received his education in Calcutta. His intelligence was very sharp, and from his early childhood was very sharp. Was from the very, very early childhood, because he was so sharp, he was everything, whatever the studies, it was nothing for him. But he was deeply devoted to religion. Even as a student, he lectured eloquently on the topics of Dharma, speaking either in Bengali or in English, according to necessity, in various schools, colleges, and other places. After completing his education, he went to the state of Odisha, or called Odisha, and was appointed by the government as deputy magistrate with specific duties, because that time it was a British government. There the government also appointed him as the administrator of the famous Sri Jagannath temple. During Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's time, the service of Lord Jagannatha was beautifully and efficiently conducted. During these days in Puri, a so-called yogi named Vishwakshena lived in a dense jungle of Orissa. He declared himself to be Krishna, and people believed him. Look at here. People are believing. Sai Baba, when he says, I am Krishna, they believe. This is where so many worships are going on. Once we should never ever even think about these kind of yogis and these kind of tricky people. No, we have to be away from this kind of worship, otherwise our Krishna Bhakti will be doomed. So it's same thing. He was saying exactly like that. He said, he declared himself as Sri Krishna. All the people, everybody believed him. Because he could, even because of his Sakti, his power, he could really show even Krishna as himself or something like this. This is all part of the Ashtasiddhi. People can cheat using this. And he made an announcement that he would perform the Rasa dance during one full moon night, and the ladies of the neighboring areas began to show eagerness to take part in it. Seeing this, all the villagers relayed their concern to the state government, because some had some doubt. How can this be? How can we become a god? Because if anybody is saying that, saying that he is God, first thing you do is very easy. Okay, you say you are Krishna. All right. Krishna lifted Govardhan. That time, the hill was about so many miles high and then so many miles low. You don't have to lift any mountain. You please lift with your finger just the home. That's good enough. I will believe. He will run away. So, the government appointed Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur to investigate the situation, which resulted in the yogi being found guilty. After investigations, they saw so many bad behaviors behind him. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur then sent the criminal to jail, where he eventually fasted to death. But again, to interrupt, I will add few things. You know what? That yogi, when he came to know that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that time he was he was the judge, was the one who really, the reason for really putting him in the jail. With his power, he manifested some sickness, and he really, put them on Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was talking to him, and then he told, I am going to really make you to suffer because of what you did for me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, nothing, because I have Krishna. But you know what? You won't believe. He got sick. Bhaktivinoda Thakur got really sick. Stomach, so many, problems happened. And in his home, turmoils happened. But he said, nothing can really touch. So he took to Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyway, what I am saying is not in the purport of Srila Gurudev, but it is described somewhere else again. And he took Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was reading every day, with so much of attention. And finally, eventually that yogi was in the jail. He died. So that is why he is saying where he fasted to death, because he could not do anything. Wherever Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur went, he preached the religion of pure devotion, as practiced and preached by Sriman Mahaprabhu. He made a resolution that upon retiring from his government post, he would go to Vrindavan and perform bhajana. On his way to Sri Vrindavan, he came to a place known as Tadakeshwara, situated within the borders of West Bengal. So who is the Tadakeshwara? Is Lord Shiva. So this is actually situated within the border of West Bengal. There, because he wanted to go to Vrindavan and do bhajana there, but eventually he came later. But that time, so this Lord Shiva, the great devotee of Lord, the Krishna, that Mahadeva, appeared to Bhaktivinoda Thakur in a dream and instructed him. You are now traveling to Vrindavana, but you have to accomplish many tasks here. The appearance place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Mayapur Yoga Pita has not been unrevealed. It's not unveiled yet. You have to reveal it and also reveal the 9 islands of Navadvipa as well as their glories. After receiving Sri Mahadeva's instruction, he returned to Navadvipa and constructed a cottage in Gotruma Kunja, where he began to perform bhajana. So, if you recollect from your memory that during the Navadvipa Parikrama, the series that we are giving on the Sunday classes, you will see Gotruma. That is the place that he made his own bhajan kutir. Now it is actually like a house. That is a place where he really had his deities. Gauraga Mahaprabhu and also Gadadhar. Gaura Gadadhar. And yes, where he began to perform bhajana. While living there, he revealed Sri Dhama Mayapura Yoga Pita, because it was all gone, all disappeared, because it was like near to 500 years. So now after Mahaprabhu left this planet, everything all started fading. And yes, he was the one who really revealed. After finding the site, he wanted it verified by a superior Vaishnava Acharya. Therefore, he called Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannatha Dasa Babaji Maharaj from Braja, his guru. From Braja, he was in Braja. Remember again some of the classes I told you, this Sri Jagannath Dasa Babaji Maharaja was actually very, for him, a Siksha Guru was living in the Surya Kunda in Vrindavana. So his name was, I cannot really recollect exactly, if anyone remembers.
Bhagavan Das Babaji.
Bhagavan Das Babaji, very nice, thank you. Remember that, he was there. So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually requested him to really come, and then so that we could really find the real, birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in fact, he was not able to walk. He had to be carried on a basket. He was very old. Even he could not really open his eyelids to see outside. He was always chanting and chanting and chanting and chanting. He was always in ecstasy. He was in the bhava. And if you want to really see anything, that then he has to really put his fingers to really open his eyes, and then only he will see. Otherwise, then it will droop out. The eyelids will droop out again. Anyway, he came. He was carried on a basket. They are all coming, and Navadvipa is traveling and traveling. They are taking all the places. As soon as that place, where right now, that is what the Yoga Pita, the Mayapura, the place, the actual appearance place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he jumped out from the basket. And he started dancing, vigorously proclaiming, "This is the birthplace of my most worshipful Sachinandana Sri Gauragari." Now, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur now confirmed. Why I am saying confirmed? Because when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, along with his son, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, and also there was a clerk, all three were just standing on the outside veranda. There is a stair. If you go to their home in Navadvipa, there, the Gotruma Kunja. Though if you really go up, because now it's all locked because it's really so old. If you get down to that balcony, you will fall down. It may break. So they have closed it. But they were standing in the balcony. They were looking at that sky, their direction. All of a sudden, a golden dew, big effulgence, amazing effulgence was just descending from the sky into that place. And he was wondering, what is this? What is this something descending? Oh, because immediately in his memory he was saying, oh, this is something related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I am seeing the symptom that it's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance place, because he was struggling to find where was the appearance place. Now it happens, it was there for a while, then it disappeared. Then he asked his son, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, oh, what was his name again? His name was, that time, actually Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had another name in that time. So he was asking, oh son, did you see that? Oh yes, I saw that. Then the clerk, did you see? What? I didn't see anything. Yeah, when you were all looking at that direction, I was also looking in the direction, but I didn't see anything. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur clearly was convinced that must be the appearance play of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because that was what he was searching for. But he wanted to confirm with his Gurudev. That was the reason he was calling Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Okay, now the name is coming. Okay, very good. Okay. Yes, Bimala Prasad. Bimala Prasad. Bimala Prasad, Bimala means that the Bimala Devi is the consort in their Jagannath Puris. There is Mahalakshmi. Because, he really considered that it was a gift from Bimala. So that was the reason that, he gave the name. Okay, very good. That came from Bhatagiri temple. Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice. I'm happy. So, now, he started dancing and dancing, then everything confirmed. This is the birthplace of my most beloved, worshipful Sachinandana Sri Gaurahari. In this way, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur revealed the birthplace of Sriman Mahaprabhu and Yogapita. Mahaprabhu's birthplace, Yogapita. After that, in community gatherings, he spread the news about its location. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also accomplished one more glorious deed for this world by giving to this world. That is exactly what he is talking about. Bimala Prasad. That is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his own son, he gave to this world. To fulfill the desire of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati preached pure devotion and Nama Prema. Transcendental love for Krishna by chanting the holy name as practiced and preached by Sriman Mahaprabhu. He preached not only throughout Bengal and India, but also throughout the whole world. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in his verse, after he concluded his manifest pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself ordered his devotees to unveil and manifest the pastimes of Sri Navadvipa Dhama to this world. The devotees in turn gave me the instruction to reveal the glories of Sri Navadvipa Dhama. Accepting the instruction of the devotees to be the same as the instruction of Sriman Mahaprabhu, I am here in describing the glories of Sri Navadvipa Dhama. Who is telling this? Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying this. Specifically to carry out the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janava Devi. They see the previous class, we are all giving most of the time for about glorification of Janava Mata. So Janava Devi, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur revealed and preached the glories of Sri Navadvipa Dhama. So he has himself written, although I am lowly and insignificant, I have described the Sri Navadvipa Dhama only on the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janava Devi. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur compiled more than 100 scriptures in various languages. Among them, most prominent are Sri Bhakti Tattva Viveka, Sriman Mahaprabhu ki Shiksha, Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita. I really have this book. It's a wonderful book. But it will take a long time to be. So many. Ocean. See, I am trying to give you the ocean. But how can I give the whole thing? Slowly, but ocean is ocean. How can you really give all of them? And Sri Jayavadharma, amazing. Sri Bhajan Rahasya, which we are trying to start now, because we have done with the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. Now the next Saturday scripture is going to be Bhajan Rahasya by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Sri Navadvipa Bhava Taranga, Saranagati, Kalyana Kalpataru, Gita Bali, Yamuna Bhava Bali, Vaishnava Siddhanta Mala, Sri Navadvipa Dhama Mahatmya, which we are actually just talking about, Bhagavatartaka Marichi Mala, Amnaya Sutra, Krishna Samhita, Datta Kaustuva, Prema Pratipa, Sri Harinama Chintamani, Tattva Sutra, Amrita Prabhaha Bhasya. Like that it goes on. Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur originally wrote Sri Navadvipa Dhama Mahatmya in Bengali. Although many editions have already been published in Bengal, this is the first Hindi edition that this Gurudev is talking about. I am fully convinced that by studying and reciting this book, the faithful devotees will understand the amazing glories of Sri Navadvipa Dhama, as well as the non-difference between Sachinandana Sri Gaurahari and Brajendra Nandana Sri Krishna. Thus, they will obtain inspiration to perform their bhajana in the methods shown by Srila Rupa Goswami. In addition, they will also understand many more spiritual principles in regard to Sriman Mahaprabhu and to bhajana. There is no need to say anything further about this. Praying for a particular mercy of the Vaishnavas. Tridandi Bhikshu Sri Bhakti Vedanta Narayana. On the disappearance day of Sri Jagannath Dasa Babaji Maharaj, 18th February 2007. So now, with that, the very first, this thing is going to start. I will tell only a couple of slokas. Then after that, of course, this is one chapter itself. Will really go for two sessions or something like that. So hopefully, yes. So that is our Gurudev. And then you have, this is Srimad Vamana Maharaj. Then we have Srila Prabhupada, Swami Maharaj. And then we have the Bhakti Pranjana Kesava Goswami Maharaj. Then we have this Bhakti, Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura. And then we have, this is Jiva Goswami. And now, this is what the Dhama that we are going to be glorifying. And we have 9, islands. Because when Ganga Devi, when he is trying to really reach to the ocean, she does not want to go. She wanted to really go over here and there and go on, circumambulating this place. He did not want to leave. That's why he made 9 islands before she really finally touched the ocean. So Navadvipa Dham is so glorious. Of course, it has Andardvipa, Simandadvipa, Gotramdvipa, because remember here, each Dvipa is designated to one of the 9 angas of Bhakti. Andardvipa is actually for Atma Nivedan, last one. See, remember Sravanam Kirtanam, finally Atma Nivedanam. Then Simandadvipa, hearing, Sravanam. Sri Gotramdvipa, Kirtanam. Sri Mathyadvipa, Smaranam. Sri Goladvipa, that is Pada Sevanam. Sri Ritudvipa, that is Archanam, that is worshipping. And then Janadvipa, Vandanam. And then Modatrumadvipa, Dasyam. And then Sri Rutradvipa is Sakyam. So that is how it goes there. And then it really comes to this. We will say only 2 words, this thing recites. And then we will conclude. I think, yes, I see Madan Mohini also. Okay, for the class. Okay, very good. So she is also ready there. Okay, let me start the. Okay, so I will sing a couple of verses. Meanwhile, you try to join. I am going to give you the. Okay, okay. All right. Same link what I sent. You try to join. Let us see whether I am able to put you. Otherwise, you can do it on the Zoom also. Okay, try to join. Okay, so when you join, and I will see. Okay, you are coming here, and then assign to guest 1. Okay, assigned. But then when I do guest 1, see. Yes, today it's working. Okay, we'll do it. No, don't worry. I will just do this one quickly, and then we'll go. Okay, good. Now, anyway, I don't know what is the tune that they're all supposed to be really done, but I don't know. Sometimes this tune comes. I don't know. Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Chandra Sachi Suta Jaya Jaya Nityananda Raya Avaduta Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Chandra Sachi Suta Jaya Jaya Nityananda Raya Avaduta Jaya Jaya Sri Advaita Prabhu Mahashaya Gadadhara Srivasa Pandita Jaya Jaya. All glories to Sri Sachinandana, the moon of Sri Navadvipa. All glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the Avaduta. Remember last Tuesday we were talking about Nityananda Prabhu's marriage. Because he was Avaduta. So, right, outcast, kind of outcast. It means that like that. That was the reason that Suryadasa Charakal, he refused to give Janavi Mata in marriage to Nityananda Prabhu. Anyway, All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. All glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandita and Srivasa Pandita. And one more we'll do. Jaya Navadvipa Dhama Sarva Dhama Sara. Jaya Navadvipa Vasi Gaura Parivara. All glories to Sri Navadvipa Dham, the essence of all holy abodes. All glories to the inhabitants of Navadvipa, the family of Sri Gaura.